Okay, so I just purchased the Action 5 Pro to use for myself and for the channel. I've been using my action camera, which I have now, which is a budget Acaso. So yeah, I thought it's about time I upgraded to get better image quality, better stabilization, have a waterproof camera without having to put cases on, which is not ideal. So a lot of people say that the version 4 and this, there's no real difference, but there is. This is using the next generation chip, which opens up more features. It gives better dynamic range. For me, it's important that it performs as well as it can for an action camera in low light, and this one does. That next gen chip is the 4NM, gives you 13.5 stops of dynamic range, so it would do better in low light situations. This is the standard combo, so I'll put up on the screen what you get with it. You get one magnetic mount, which I'm using on this at the moment, but I've got a MTB helmet, so I've got one on there, and I bought another one for using either on the head mount or the chest mount. Need to get another one, I think. So these aftermarket ones cost me £5 for two, so not bad compared to OEM. The magnet is not quite as strong, I did notice that. It's okay. So they only go on one way. You sort of get it pushing away if you put it the wrong way. So the magnet's okay still. You can still hold the camera. You're best to, what I noticed with this, best to push it in to make sure these clips come out so it's fully locked in. I also bought this Telesin floating tripod selfie stick. These make some great third-party accessories, very premium. So yeah, this was only, I think I only paid about £7 for this on AliExpress, so I'll link to that also. This magnetic mount, this handle, like handle mini tripod, and this case. These are a great thing to have. So just push it until those clips come out, so it's nice and secure now. So the great thing of having the two zips is you can still use the case like so and leave a handle on, or whatever you're using, selfie stick, and protect your camera at the same time. So I'll link to this case if you're interested in this. Okay, so there's a ton of videos out there recommending the best settings out of the box, so I'll go through a few of the settings. So the quickest way to get back to your main screen is to hit the QS button. So if you tap here, you've got Pro and Auto. So in Auto mode, you don't seem to be able to access the mic and change it from standard to high wind reduction or normal, only in Pro. But you can adjust your texture and noise reduction. So if you are going to use it in Auto, recommend using these settings, -2 and -1. So at -2, it switches the texture off. So if you want to switch off the noise reduction, you can do that and then put it back in post edit. So we'll confirm that. So if you just want to use it auto, you can sort of use it as is. But if you want to go into Pro mode, obviously that's when it opens up everything. So you can change it from stereo to mono on the mic, the internal mic. Wind noise reduction from off to standard to high. You can go into exposure. Everyone seems to recommend -0.3 on the EV. And one video I watched 100 to 1600. So if you press confirm, and the white balance. So I've got it on auto. If you did want to set that up, obviously you can see it's changing around as you move around. The light is changing, the color changes. But you can put it into manual so it locks, and then confirm it. It's easier to leave it in auto white balance if you're moving around though. so we'll leave it auto white balance. Then we've got our color, so 10-bit color seems to be the way to go if you don't want to put a LUT or a filter over it. And D-Log M 10-bit is when you add in that LUT, that filter, after you've imported that video clip into your software, or you can do it through the Mimo app, which is your app for this camera. You can do a lot within that. So I'm going to change it back to 10-bit, and the next setting to do is swipe down, go to settings and turn on high bitrate. So here, bitrate high. So the user interface is so easy to use. Just swipe and you've got your camera, video, super night, subject tracking, slow motion and time lapse. So if we swipe up, so another thing this can do over the version 4 is a 32 times slow motion, so it can get up to 960 frames per second, I believe. So if you go into camera for your pictures, if you tap on here, it starts off at 8 megapixel, and as you move along it goes up. So it's 9, large 16:9 is 36, large 4:3 is 40 megapixel. So you can go into here on your profiles, tap that, press the plus, and you've got preset scenes. So video, skiing, diving, surfing, parachuting, racing, biking, motorcycles, hiking, fishing, running and vlog. So you can choose one of them if you're new to this camera, you know, you don't know how to set it up. So that's pretty handy. So here's your memory screen, so you could switch between SD card and internal memory. So you click on the storage, you can format through here, format the internal storage or the SD card. Okay, so to set up your video resolution, frames per second, your field of view and your stabilization is very straightforward, very easy. Just swipe up from the main screen. Your top line shows you your resolution from 1080p to 2.7K to 4K. So you've got 16:9 and 4:3 options. 4:3 will allow you to crop in landscape or portrait for your different social media platforms. The lower line is your frames per second. So at 4K 30, if we tap the top right here, there's our field of view. So standard D-warp, that's the one most people use, or wide. The ultra wide gives you a fisheye effect. So if you can, try and stick with standard D-warp. To the left, you've got our stabilization, rock steady plus. And on 4K you can have horizon balancing, so that gives you 45 degrees tilt either way, and the horizon stays level. If we go to 2.7K 16:9 and tap that again, we now have horizon balancing and horizon steady. So horizon steady will allow you to do 360 degree rotation and still maintain a level horizon. So very straightforward to use this user interface. Really like the way it flows. Okay, so if you want to use the voice commands, so you might have it in a position where you can't get to it easily, you know, on a crash helmet when you're riding, or on a cycle helmet on top. Switch this on. To switch it on, swipe down, tap on settings, then go down to voice control. You can toggle it on and off, but we'll look at the voice commands. So you've got start recording, stop recording, take photo, shut down. So let's put it on. and try it out. So let's try out the voice commands. So start recording, stop recording, take photo, and shut down. There you go. So it works perfectly. So the built-in mic on this is quality. Another thing I really like about these cameras. I've been using these Akaso cameras for a few years, V50X, and the internal mics are terrible on them. Very scratchy. Even if you do the mod where you put another mic in, they're still not great. This one, yeah, leaps and bounds ahead of that, which you would expect. This is a lot more money than the V50X, so a big upgrade for me. Cannot beat having good sound. I still need to get a wireless mic, and the next feature this has over the version 4 is you can add 2 DJI mics to this and use the internal recording, so 3 sources altogether. So another big step for this. The DJI mics are the most widely used mics. If you look at any videographer, you'll see, or vlogger, you'll always see the DJI mics being used, the Bluetooth mics. So if you are looking to upgrade to a more premium professional action camera, then there's only 3 major players. That's DJI, GoPro, and Insta360. You can't take away from the other 2. The image quality and stabilisation is just as good as far as I'm concerned. The low light capabilities of the GoPro is not so good as this. And the reliability, as in 4K recording or 5K, they tend to overheat quite a bit and shut down or freeze. Not something you want when you're out there, especially if you're using it as an action camera. So that's one reason for not choosing the GoPro this time. Hoping they come back into the game, get things sorted out, offer more features. They sell subscriptions on their cameras now. They're not backwards compatible when it comes to batteries like this is. So I believe you can use, version 3 and version 4 batteries and accessories for this. And yeah, it's just a rock solid, reliable camera. Great battery life, great image quality and stabilization. It's just everything you want in a camera and more. You've got your super night mode. Now it's got those OLED touchscreens. It's got subject tracking, which imitates like a 3-axis gimbal. There's a lot to this camera. I've got DJI Care refresh on it. That's worth getting. It's £18 for the year or £28 for 2 years. So I will link the camera. This is the standard combo. You can get the essential, which is, I believe it's one less bracket or not. You don't get that bracket, I'm not sure. It's everything apart from, one of these mountain brackets. You've got the adventure combo. So you get 3 batteries, the selfie stick, the charging case. There's a lot of different options, obviously a lot more expensive. This for me will definitely do the job. Later on down the line I might get one more battery, but the fact it can charge to 80% in about 20 minutes on a 30-watt PD fast charger, you don't really need another battery. What I'll do in this video is take it to some clips, get out there and start using it.